Now, I feel like if you ask many film fans, they will immediately say that Paddington 2 is one of the greatest things they've ever seen. I can, I guess, understand that sentiment. I wouldn't personally say that. I feel like people praise it because it's just so heartwarming and it makes you feel something, and it's genuinely a feel-good movie, and those are good ones, at least few and far between. So if you can continue to capture that magic with more and more Paddington movies, like I'll continue to show up, I know many other people will continue to show up. I was intrigued by Paddington in Peru, but it's a little bit different this time around. You have Paul King not returning in the director's chair, Emily Mortimer replaced Sally Hawkins, and it has been a bit of a gap between the last movie. I think it's been about 7 years. Overall, I found it to be just a fine entry, but lacking the heart that this franchise has really been known to have in each of the movies. For the story itself, I understand why they wanted to leave London, try to freshen things up a little bit, bring in a new life, new adventure. I think it gets way too overly convoluted with Antonio Banderas and Olivia Colman, the new additions. There's two subplots there that feel like they're competing for the spotlight. I think if you removed Olivia Colman, you probably would have still been fine. I honestly think there was too much going on. It doesn't need to be overly convoluted. We're just looking for a fun adventure with Paddington going to find his aunt. But when you throw in too much to the mix, it just gets distracting, and I just found myself continuously getting pulled out of the movie. I don't think the Paddington movies have been overly hilarious in each and every entry. There are times when I'm chuckling a little bit. I found myself rolling my eyes more in Paddington and Peru than anything. There was just a lot of low-hanging fruit type of humor, and that doesn't usually work for me. I also really felt the runtime. But it's not to say that this movie is a movie that is unwatchable. Like, it's a very passable, fine family movie, and I think that families will enjoy it. But it falls short of being at the status of, especially the second movie, but even the first. I think it looks great visually. The colors just pop off the screen. It looks very vibrant, and there's one scene that's very brief early on that has like a painting coming to life, and I thought that it looked phenomenal. There are times though when the green screen can become distracting and it does look a little bad. I will say that with the third act, I did find myself starting to get a bit more invested, and I found myself really seeing where the heart was in the story. I think the ending could have worked even more had it have gone where I thought it was going, but instead it kind of goes into the more safe route. It's hard because both endings could have been safe, but the other one that I wanted, I feel like could have had a more emotional punch. I found the third act to be the most intriguing, but the first two acts are rough, and it really does take a while to get going. There's an argument to be made that doesn't even ever really get going. It opens up the world of Paddington more, so I can respect it for that. If you're looking to learn more about his background, you do learn that in this movie, I will say. And now this is a very minor nitpick, but why is Hayley Atwell in this movie? She plays supposed to be at least a American boss. I've never understood why they cast specifically foreign, in this case British, actors to play an American and specifically make the character American. Like, just cast an American. I don't understand that. It probably just had to do with being a friend of a friend, or maybe they wanted another familiar face in the movie. I don't really know, but it just kind of bugged me. Like, she has a very small amount of screen time, but it's just something I had to point out. While Paddington in Peru isn't as good as the first two movies, I think it's an overall fine entry. Families will enjoy it. It's just extremely disposable, and if I'm gonna watch a Paddington movie, I'm not gonna go back to this one. I'm gonna give Paddington in Peru a C, and if you're really interested, I would just recommend streaming it. Otherwise, skip it. Be sure to leave your thoughts on the movie down below in the comments. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content from this channel, and as always, look forward to more videos coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.